The 2024 election cycle is really starting to heat up right now. Obviously, you have Trump's indictment, which will almost certainly have huge consequences on the 2024 election. But do we know the candidates for sure? Definitely not. Democrats, I mean, Biden might be the favorite right now, but he's in such cognitive decline. We'll see if he even runs for another term. And then on the Republican side, Trump is obviously the favorite right now, but DeSantis could certainly still come in and sweep that spot up. So really, we don't even know the candidates. But I'm going to do a way too early Trump versus Biden prediction for the beginning of 2023. And yeah, we'll see how this shapes out when the actual election really starts to kick in when we get to 2024. Right away here, I want to just do the safe states, safe Democrat states. So obviously, we have this West Coast here. As always, it's going to go safe. Hawaii, and then you'll have most of the Northeast pretty safe. I'll fill that out here. New Hampshire, I don't think will be safe, but it'll be close. Um, Maine overall is going to be safe, along with District 1 will most certainly be safe. And then in this more Midwest area, you have Illinois, and then Colorado, unfortunately, has been completely lost and will almost certainly vote safe blue in the 2024 cycle. But I think that should cover it for the blue safe states. So now getting to the red, obviously we have most of the south here, all these states. And then most of this Midwest will be pretty safe red, obviously outside of a few such as District 2 of Nebraska. The rest should be safe red. And then, yeah, so all this will be pretty much as expected. Iowa, I'll even throw in as safe red right now. And you could make an argument for Florida going safe red, but I don't think it will actually happen this year. I think it'll still stay in more that likely category, which on that note, we are going to switch over to the likelies. Utah, obviously, I didn't mention it as I clicked it, but that'll be going safe, religious reasons, obviously. And then, so Florida, likely. Texas will still probably be in this likely category. Outside of that, for the Republicans, Ohio. Oh, and then I think that covers all of that. Oh, wait, no. Maine. District 2. There we go. With that all going safe blue. So, now we have all the likely for the Republicans. We'll move on to the Democrats. New Hampshire, there may be some form of competition put up by Trump in New Hampshire, but it is very unlikely he actually wins it. New York, I don't think we'll actually see going safe, which may surprise a few people. It'll still be pretty firmly blue, and I don't think Trump has any actual chance, but there definitely is something there. Put Virginia in this, I'll put it in that category here. Michigan, Minnesota. Minnesota will put likely. Yeah, I think that covers that. And then New Mexico, more of that in that range. I did forget Alaska earlier, I just realized. That's all right. So, obviously, to this point, the election is going to be very close. This is all pretty much guaranteed how everything's going to shape out. Exactly how many points each candidate wins each of these states, how much they win it by, I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see as it goes. But this is pretty much all guaranteed. So we are definitely going to have another close cycle. And the keys for Trump right here are going to be Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Nevada. Why those states? Because I am pretty confident about Georgia tilting and Arizona having this slight lean towards blue. And now, look, Biden gets one more of these states, he wins it, right? So, what Trump would have to do is he'd have to win Pennsylvania, he'd have to win Wisconsin, and I'm pretty confident about Nevada. I am actually pretty confident about Nevada. Wisconsin is or not Wisconsin. Pennsylvania is going to be very close, and I do think Trump wins Wisconsin here. But Pennsylvania, it's going to be tilt. It'll be super close, just like the Georgia race. And these two are going to be the decider. Trump actually does win Georgia, but he can't win Arizona. He loses. He has to win Pennsylvania. For the Wisconsin Nevada joint group to matter, he also has to get Pennsylvania. So this is the only way Trump I can see realistically winning. Best case scenario for him is he barely snags Georgia and he barely snags Arizona. And that is your best case scenario Republican turnout. And that's what we all really hope for. And even that is still really a really close election, unfortunately. The best case scenario for Trump isn't even getting 300 with how set most of these states are going to be, with states like California obviously being unwinnable, New York, Illinois. Some of these big electoral spots are completely unwinnable for Trump. So it's going to be really rough for him to actually get numbers. And the odds of him winning Michigan or Virginia are pretty much non-existent. And those are the only states that are blue here that he'd even have a minor shot at. So best case scenario, Trump doesn't even get 300, unfortunately. Best case scenario for Dems, they're going to come out, snag Georgia by a solid margin, snag Pennsylvania, probably tilt, snag Wisconsin, probably would go tilt as well. Arizona goes likely, and then Nevada goes tilt. And then so there you go. There's the best case for Democrats. They go out, they win all these. Biden wins another election by plus 300, completely killing Trump in every swing state. But really, we don't entirely know what's going on here, right? I think the most likely, just disregarding the best case scenarios, is Wisconsin does go red, Nevada does go red here, and then Pennsylvania tilts blue, Georgia tilts blue, Arizona goes blue. We lose the election. That is probably, unfortunately, the most likely case scenario right now. But again, it's going to be very close with Pennsylvania being able to go either way. We did see them elect John Fetterman, and that's what makes me think they would vote for another brain dead guy. But I do believe Republicans can win it. That's going to be just a coin flip. I fully believe this election cycle will be a coin flip, incredibly close with Pennsylvania being the decider. Wisconsin and Nevada, I'm pretty confident go red. Arizona, Georgia, I'm pretty confident go blue. But Pennsylvania, it's all going to come down to Pennsylvania in the 2024 election. There are some trends that show Trump could win it, right? And he does have a solid voting base there. So I think it's actually, he's got a good shot. And this case scenario is just as likely as Pennsylvania going tilt blue. I think it has equal odds right now. So, like I said, 50-50 shot right now on who wins the 2024 election, Trump or Biden. You heard it here first, folks. The 2024 election, the future of our country, the decision whether the absolute Chad Donald Trump wins it or the brain dead man Biden wins it is a coin flip. And this is why voting is kind of cringe, because you allow all these not so smart people to vote, right? You allow these 18-year-olds to vote. And then you have brain dead Joe Biden doing this well 268 electoral votes, winning places like Georgia and Arizona. That is absolutely wild. New Mexico will actually probably be safe blue now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, so this is why we need to, at the very least, up the voting age to 35. And who know, I don't think it would be a bad idea to just say only married people vote, because we would see a much redder map if that was the case and our country would be in a much better spot. But as it is today, we still have voting, unfortunately, for the masses, for these 18-year-olds, for these liberal college students. But we're going to have to work with what we have, and if we can do enough voting harvesting, winning Pennsylvania is definitely a chance, and winning Georgia is even a possibility. So, with voting harvesting, I do think we could still pull this off, so don't give up hope and keep fighting back. But on that note, I am going to call this video. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share the video, greatly appreciate it. But I'm going to head out on that note. So long, peace out, and God bless y'all.